I didn't cut all the way through simply because I know this piece is going to be scorching hot. Break it off, put it in the metal tray below, let that cool off. Now what I want to do is I kind of want to clean up the sides on either side. So now that I've removed the light hangers, it'll only look good if I, shine it up, or at least get it down to flush looking. Just change the bit. Alright, so people want to know probably where I got this particular grill. I got this grill in assembly. Like I said, it is all aluminum. It was CNC'd. It was limited time as far as I know on eBay. They may have some more. Be prepared though, things like this are pretty expensive. I collected these pieces over a long period of time, about a year. So just little by little as I saved up. And now that that's off, I'll try to give her a buff up and we'll mount it up on the bod. Alright, for those watching the show for the last few years will remember, this is my OPTiMUS OVERKill body. This is a king hauler body. I actually hired my friend Ryan from Bloodshot Airbrushing to do this amazing job. Everything is clear coated and in automotive paint, and he was the one who did the traditional flame straight into true flame just for that amazing look. Look at this, eh? Custom work was very expensive, but I'm telling you, it was so worth it. At least it'll have some resistance out there. Like being automotive, it won't scratch as easily. Anyway, so here we go. It's shocking color, so I'm sorry for the amount of blue in the camera right now, but that is what it has to take to balance because of the shine. Now this, you can see here, the reason why I removed these side light posts is because they would have overlapped on the actual holes for the headlights themselves anyway. So I wanted that off, and I've pre-fit these holes with the screws already. Now one of the things I should have done in the beginning, and I just didn't have enough experience at the time to even know, was that these stacks that I was, these filters that I was putting in didn't actually have the airflow tube. So I didn't fill this in when I asked to have it painted. That's okay. I'm willing to work with that, and I'll figure something else out in the future. Maybe I'll put a plug in there, but I would love to put in all blue lights down the side, or red. I think blue would be pretty poppin' though, right? Because that's OPTiMUS. So check it out. Even on top, you guys can't see because of the color and the shine, but that's actually, oh, there you go. We can see how it changes color. It's hologram, hey? Neat. So there we go. This visor, same place. All these accessories I got, even on top, all of this was just being collected over a year's time, and it's been sitting waiting for the right opportunity to be done. I'm going to do both of the screws just to give it some extra support in case these hangers get caught on a rock or something like that. Piece of cake goes right in there, no problem. And there we are, all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 at the top right there. Flipping it over, ta-da! Nice, looking good. See if I can get in on that Autobot symbol. There we go. Very cool. So I'm glad to finally be able to put this bod to use. And with that one extra feature, now it looks fantastic. Shall I introduce you again to the truck that we'll be mounting this up on? You say again, I say yes. Let me fill you in. Well, there you go.
Welcome back to the studio, Mr. HD Overkill. Everybody has been wondering what's happened to Overkill over time, and I've got to say, nothing particularly has happened. Between me becoming a dad and learning new family stuff, and all the other projects I've had, like making the racetrack and everything else, I've actually been kind of delinquent on working with Overkill. Now, shame on me, and that's why I've always had a great plan for OPTiMUS Overkill. And that was part and partial because the giant black cab I had on the front before, it took a lot of damage. Like, these were the stacks for the smoke system that was made. I modified them to be quite short. The problem was these stacks, they attach to that kind of body with screws. And we did have a runaway one day where the stacks actually got hit at the top and cracked the old black body. Boo! That sucked, but it opened the door for the new plan. Now, there's lots of things that need to be overhauled with old Project Overkill. This thing started off, believe it or not, as an Axial SCX-10 Dingo. Just a small, ready-to-run 1/10 scale crawler. And I remember, I think I put out a 26-episode build video where I completely morphed that truck into a dually that had 4 brushed motors, and it was controlled by 4 Tekin FXR controllers, the ESCs. So each motor had its own ESC. Why would I do that? For no other reason than I wanted to have a Project Overkill and to see what kind of power it could push out. Now, turning it around, yes, it certainly does look like a rat's nest, and this would be driving some of you guys crazy, and it does drive me crazy as well. But with 4 ESCs, you can actually see that everything's wired quite well. This is just the sensor cable. It was switched over to RS Pros with these Rock 412 brushless motors and 2 transmissions. So a super, super strong truck. This truck was built for plowing originally. Here you can see a small drive shaft that connects the 2 transmissions together. And yes, I could scrap the whole drive line and make it MOA, which is motor on axle. But I love the vintage appeal of Overkill. You know, it's just an intrinsic thing, I guess. Now, unfortunately, these back links, are not attached, so it's kind of hanging funny for you guys. Like, it kind of looks like these are well, on an angle. The back one certainly does. So everything needs to be redone. I want to make sure all the axles are rebuilt, but I've got to hang and build some links, just like this 4-link setup back here. I've got to build some links to hang this axle properly. There's a whole bunch of challenges with this rig that we've had over the years because it was at its time one of its kind, and really trying to, you know, get our way through and figure out what to do was a huge challenge, especially when I met an awesome young man, David Jr., at an autograph signing session I was doing at a local hobby store, and we even got that on video actually on the library right now for RC Adventures. He was enamored with Overkill, and through his dad and his family being awesome folks, we kind of struck up a conversation and a friendship, and eventually the trust went out, and we wanted to show off what kind of great skills young David had and has at this time. So we came up with the idea of the extended chassis and the smoke kit. I sourced it, got a unique sound module for it, and really it became a staple part of the show. So David Jr. and I both agree this needs to come back when we hit 1 million subscribers. And before that, I want it to be ready before that. So I'm going to be putting in a great effort to go through this whole truck, making sure it works old school and getting it back to its proper chuffing self. So same, OPTiMUS Overkill will return, my friends. Stay tuned, subscribe, and if you already are, thank you for supporting the show. I encourage everyone who watches to get outside and have some fun with RC. You won't be disappointed. See you later, guys.